Watch that film, watch Double Victory when it is on the History Channel. But it's not just heavy stuff. This is hijinks. This was interesting. I've met everybody in the cast. They are at least modestly funny. Obviously, a little bit of hyperbole there. And
they're hot dudes.
They're hot dudes. All right. Nate Parker, David Aiello. You've got a great cast there. How much fun was it actually creating Red Tails?
Every day was a fun ride. I mean, you think, like you said, Nate Parker, David Aiello, Neo, Method Man, Elijah Kelly. I was saving the best for last. But all of these young, black, strong men can't compare with the beauty that is Terrence Howard.
He is pretty hot.
And his succulent lips. Got a little too close to him, didn't I? No, but it really is funny because Terrence and I, we made this pact that we would, we have to look after these young men, because we're the old men on the set, and a lot of the exploits of Benjamin O. Davis Jr. were our inspiration when we kind of put the characters together. But yeah, it's funny because this movie is a melting pot of African American actors from the past all the way to the future, and bring it together. I think this will be a nice pool to pull from moving forward with all the wonderful talented actors.
And Rick, people have had a kind of bittersweet recollection of you in Prague. There's something about a boot camp.
That was the early years. It was very important. We had a fantastic director named Anthony Hemingway, and it was his first feature film, but he had done some extraordinary work on The Wire. He's also producing and directing Treme now, and he also done some fantastic work on Battlestar Galactica. And when we first met, it was very important for us to really create a terrible experience for these guys, because first of all, we were shooting in Prague, which was an alien, country for most of the guys. They hadn't had a passport, they hadn't left the United States.
There are tons of black people in Prague, right?
No.
There's three. No, in fact, we had to bring, we brought about 100 extras from London.
And
Africa. But we did have this great Russian air base, as Cuba mentioned, just outside the city, where we recreated Ramitelli, recreated the base, and it was a fantastic experience. It really was. But this boot camp really unsettled people, because first of all, most of the guys had moved to LA. So to be in a city where you didn't have valet parking was, already tough enough.
What they do with their iPhone?
And then you take their iPhones away, and then that's almost like the worst thing you could do. And then to put them in 4 weeks of a boot camp, that was
You gotta understand, at the time we started this movie, there was snow on the ground. So these kids were sleeping in tents in the snow, and only allowed to take like a shower when rationed out. Like maybe one other day they take a shower, and they would be crying in the shower. I mean, they were like mentally broken down. It's like, you lay down, you make movies. It really was brutal, but thank God I was too old to have to do none of that.
You're an officer.
I'm an officer.
Different sets of rules.
Damn right. Didn't stop me from crying in the shower.
You're talking about Terrence again.
Yes. Brother ain't that pretty.
So moving on. The fight scenes were incredible, Rick. And when we talked to Nate and others, and they really feel like now they're pilots.
Yeah.
How are you able to really create those incredible fight scenes? What did it take? How much money does it take to make those kinds of fight scenes possible?
Sadly, a lot. But I'll tell you what happened. What we did is we had a wonderful pilot named Ed Shipley who flies P-51s out of Los Angeles, and we made sure that everybody got the chance to be in a P-51. And of course, what all good pilots want to do for people that they're trying to teach how to fly is they want to get them sick. And that was the deal. For the first day that they went out, they were put into G-forces they didn't even know existed. But they learned, they got to fly all day, and we continued that throughout the process of making the films. But one of the most powerful things for the guys was we had Roscoe Brown and Lee Archer and Bill Hollerman on the set the whole time we were making the film. And they would actually sit down with the guys every night and show them what it was like to be inside the cockpit, because we had a real cockpit, we had a cockpit that had been rebuilt to exactly the specifications. So they each got a chance to sit in there and be taught by Roscoe, Bill, and Lee what it was like to fly, how it was to be able to move the flaps up and down, to take their stick and move it. It was an incredible couple of weeks of learning for them, but it really made a huge impact, and that with the boot camp bonded everybody in a way that I'd never seen on a film before. So
talking to Roscoe Brown, one of the things I asked him, I said, was this how it was? And he said, it is as it was. Let's give you a look right now at one of the cast profiles done of Cuba from Prague on location for Red Tails. John?